I am here to tell you my birth story of my daughter, who is now 16 years old and a junior in high school. So bear with me as I walk down memory lane because it's been 16 years since her birth. Leah, I can remember actually, Leah was planned. Okay, so let's just say that what I did to ensure that I had a girl was interesting. I had a son, right, who at this time was 18, so he's 2 years older than my daughter. My son at the time was about a year old, and I knew I wanted more than one child, and I was ready for another one, even though my son was one. I kind of figured I wanted my kids close in age to one another, and so I kind of felt like if I wanted them 2 years apart, that what I probably should do is work on pregnancy now. So that's what I did. And you do what you do in order to get pregnant. But there's some planning when it comes to, trying to figure out if you want a girl or a boy. And there's a little bit of science behind it. And I just wanted to try it out just to see if it actually worked. I always wanted a son first and a daughter second. And call me old-fashioned, but I always felt like big brothers take care of little sisters, that sort of kind of thing. So anyway, the science is that if you conceive a child late in your ovulation cycle, which means basically your egg is out of the fallopian tube and is already settled inside of your uterus waiting to be fertilized, that you are more than likely to have a boy. And if you conceive a child early within your ovulation cycle, which means your egg is probably in the fallopian tubes and hasn't made its way down to the uterus yet, that you're more likely to have a girl. And the reason being, again, this is something that I found on the internet, so take it with a grain of salt, is that the sperm that carries the gene for girls to be girls and boys to be girls, but the ones that carry the Y chromosome, which makes a boy, swim faster but die off quicker. Which means if your egg is already settled inside your uterus, more than likely you'll have a boy because those sperm actually swim faster and gets to the egg faster. Okay? And if you want a girl, then you should try to conceive earlier on in your ovulation cycle because the sperm that carry the X chromosomes, which makes girls, will live longer and be able to survive the journey to a further distance, meaning that since your egg is still in the fallopian tube, it has a further way to go and therefore would probably survive and get there. So that's the science, take it or leave it. I was going with it just to see if this was something that could possibly happen. I was ready for another child, so let's just give it a go. So anyway, that's what I did. Early on in my ovulation cycle, I conceived a girl, and so really excited to hear that I was having a girl. Pregnancy was really, really easy. It wasn't difficult. Very, very little nausea. Not much in terms of weight gain. I gained about 18 pounds with her, and I was totally happy with that. Not at all, didn't have like swelling or any of those kind of things that happen to you during pregnancy. She did give me a lot of hair, which I was very, very happy about. It was strong. Of course, I lost it after she was born, but that's neither here nor there. Pretty fairly easy. It was so easy that I can't really recall anything crazy happening during my pregnancy with her. You know, always checked out well when I went to get it, you know, to go get checked up, you know, checked out with my doctor. So I was really quite pleased with the whole situation. Leah was a week early. I mean, I do remember that. And unlike my son, who was 2 weeks late. But yeah, she was a week early. And I actually, when I went into labor with her, funny story, again, I already had one son, so I'd already went through the Lamaze classes. I've already, you know, I remember how to breathe and all those kind of things that you need to do, and you know, to try to have the most comfortable labor as possible. But I remember asking my husband, he was out at the time, I remember asking him if he could just swing by the library and pick up a book or, at that time, a video cassette, just so I can refresh, because I remember telling him, I think I'm in labor. And he was just like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, it's the period pain thing, it's coming on. And he was like, he was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So again, he was out and about, and I had called him on his cell phone at the time. Well, I had got on the phone with my sister-in-law, who was pregnant at the time also with a girl. And I told her, I said, you know, I was like, I think I'm in labor. She was just like, if you think you are, you probably are. And I was like, yeah, I think I am. And she was, every time I would go into a contraction, there was this picture in my bedroom. I was laying on the bed at the time I was talking to her. There's a picture in my bedroom of this landscape, rolling hills and a mountain in the background. It was really pretty. And I was doing this visualization technique where you just look into the picture, and I was saying, okay, you're in this scenery, go there, okay? And so that's what I was trying to do. Worked for a while, and then the pain got considerably worse. I told her, I was like, look, I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm going to call my husband back and tell him nix on any of the Lamaze tapes and books. I was like, it's happening. At this point though, my water had not broke. So I called him back, and he was like, really? Okay, fine. He put everything back and came home and got me. When he came home, he was like, are you ready to go in? I was like, yeah, it's really weird because I went from 0 to 60 in a matter of moments. Like, it was like period pain to full on, it's time to push pain. It was weird.